everyone, welcome to Off the Charts, episode 224. My name is Dan. I'll be your host today. Before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, share away, hit that little like, thumbs up, and the little bell to be notified when I publish new content. So, cheers to you all once again. There you go. Today is going to be another one of my revisiting forgotten bands, and look who decided to show up. My cat. It's just... All right, so let's go with revisiting forgotten bands. This one here is called National Velvet. They got their name from a 1944 Elizabeth Taylor movie, which I've never seen. They're known as a Canadian goth rock band. They formed, it was in an alley with, I'll tell you in a few there. They formed in 1985, broke up in 95, so about 10 years. On vocals, you got Maria Del Mar on vocals, Mark Crossley on guitar, Tim Welch on guitar, Mark Storm on bass, and Gary Flint on drums. That would be the main, a few little changes in band members here and there, but nothing really major there. It all started when Maria and Mark Storm were at a party complaining about the music that was happening at that party. They met in the alley in the back or something like that there. And they said, well, you know, if we're going to complain about that, why don't we form a band? So that's the gist of how National Velvet was founded. They started, they got their whole lineup, sorry. And they made a demo. Then that demo didn't do anything. So they decided to make their own independent EP, which is just called the National Velvet EP. I don't own it yet. I'm still waiting for it to be at a decent price because right now it's ridiculous expensive and there's like one copy on Discogs. But anyway, yeah, here's a picture of the EP. That was released independently. But enough to attract attention from Capitol Records. So they were signed to the sub company Intrepid Records from Capitol. So with that, they released their first full-length album here called National Velvet. This one there's a video for Flesh Under Skin, 68 hours. Do I find this to be like a goth rock? I don't know. It's a rock for sure there, verging on hard rock at times. But I'll save it for the second one here. But anyway, this is the second one. I find this one just a tad better as a whole album than the follow-up one, but more on the follow-up one soon there. So yeah, National Velvet have their self-titled album here. I believe Tim Welch isn't part of the band yet when this album came out. So it's on Capitol EMI, the Intrepid label, like I was telling you about here. So this is their first one. But check out the videos for Flesh Under Skin, 68 hours. As a whole, I find this album flows a little bit more better. But anyway, yeah, this is their first one right here. Now, still on Capitol, so they're getting a little bit of a success here in Canada. Then they release, and this is how I got to know them here. So first of all, cheers. Okay, so that was the first album was in 1988. So their second album, Courage, came out in 1990. So this is where I first heard of National Velvet. They were fairly um, getting played on Much Music here in Canada. Like I remember the name and the songs. Well, I remember one song for sure. But yeah, there's a song here. It starts off with Sex Gorilla. All right, you could stop laughing. It is a weird slash dumb title for a song. The song's great, but the song was actually called first Sarsaparilla. You know, like the snacks the Smurfs like to eat there. But fans, guess they misheard the lyric. So instead of saying sarsaparilla, the fans thought they were talking about sex gorilla as opposed to sarsaparilla. So that sarsaparilla became sex gorilla as a song. But they do mention about sarsaparilla in the song also. So that was the first video I saw. And when I saw the video, there was something about the singer I just found she just generated a whole bunch of sexual energy. I found her, she's a bigger woman, which is fine, but there was something that I loved about her. She had this look, she had this, I loved her. So yeah, Maria Del Mar. So that was Sex Gorilla. Very good song. She looks pretty hot in there too, but it was Shine On for me, which is see, I find the first album as a whole better, but this album here, Courage, has the better singles, if you ask me. So on this, they had Sex Gorilla. There's a video for that. There's also a video for Shine On, which I think is their best song ever. I friggin' love that song. And again, there's something with that lead singer woman. There's something that was just like, ooh, I love her. Still do. That's her right there, Maria Del Mar. Apparently, you're not supposed to confuse her. There's an actress of the same name. That's not who she is there. But yeah, a good album. Not as good, if you ask me, as the first one, but still a very good one here. So 1990 came out with National Velvet with Courage. So then, that was 1990. Finding stuff about this band online is pretty hard. Again, when I do these revisiting forgotten or obscure bands, there's a reason why they're forgotten and obscure, because there's hardly anything on the internet. So 5 years go by and they left Capitol Records. So in 1995, they released an independent album, only available on CD, unfortunately, which is Wild Seed. Now there's a Daryl Flint that's on bass now because Mark Storm is gone from as a bass player. More on him later. So there's a small picture right here of how they look like there. But yeah, good. Not probably my least favorite of them, but this is when it was getting, you could see the year getting a little, I wouldn't say grungier, but not as catchy as those first two ones here. So you got Wild Seed here at National Velvet as their third and final album. Pretty short career, yeah? So this didn't do anything. The company didn't push any of their albums after that. So this was released in 95 and they broke up like the same year in 1995. Now, when I said more on that bass player later, apparently in 2002, Mark Storm was missing. Or was reported as missing. Anyway, they found him later on dead in Lake Ontario. Not sure how he passed away, but that actually made the band get back together to play a benefit concert for his family, for trying to raise money for his family that I guess didn't have much at the time. Again, finding stuff on this band is pretty difficult here. But yeah, that's National Velvet for you here. Is there better picture? Yeah, there's no pictures on here, but yeah, that singer, I just freaking love that singer. That's one thing that attracted me to her at the time there. Um, she kind of gotten a little bit bigger at time. Again, that's okay. That's not, I'm not complaining anything, but there was something so sexy about her I found at the time. And that's what got me into that band. Small little discography. Um, Definitely worth checking out for these two albums here. The better single songs are on this one, but the better full album would be this one right here. So that's my, and they're still playing, like they're playing select shows here and there, not really active, like not doing anything, just playing little bars here and there from time to time. If ever they come to, I've never heard or seen them come to Ottawa ever. Hopefully, hopefully it's because I just missed it, but I would definitely go see those guys live if ever they came back or came around here. So that is my little episode on National Velvet. Worth checking out, at least. Check out the videos for Flesh Under Skin, 68 hours. Is that it? Yeah, 68 hours. Sex Gorilla, and especially Shine On. I friggin' love that song, Shine On. That's what got me to buying their albums here. So there you go. That's my little episode on National Velvet. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.